Hi Libra, how are you? Time for love in the full moon. This is a general love reading for all Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs in love or some kind of a relationship. So take what works, leave what doesn't. Messages are for the greatest and highest good. And boy, you fall out here. You fall out with the Four of Pentacles reversed. So something's amiss. I feel like you're feeling a little off balance. You might have opened up and said something, and now you might be regretting what you said. That could be a scenario. The other thing I'm picking up is that I feel like you had to say what you had to say, you know, but, you know, you might have said something that, you know, kind of goes against what your normal personality is. Say, you know, people didn't expect you to, like, you know, voice something. But I feel like you've been hurt a lot in a relationship, very much so. We do have this Ten of Swords. I feel like you have been stabbed and stabbed and stabbed and stabbed, you know, and it's left you feeling really upside down, sideways, imbalanced. And this is why, you know, you've got to open up. You cannot continue to be bashed. Okay, that's not for everyone, but somebody is definitely feeling that way. Knight of Swords reverse comes out. Yeah, I mean, you have been holding back and holding back what you need to say. And I think at some point, if you haven't already, you are at that point where you're about to say something and open up. But right now, it takes a lot, I think, to get a Libra to really voice what it is that's bothering them. You know, because, I mean, you know, you're a nice sign. I mean, you're to me, one of the softer signs of the zodiac. You know, but, you know, to feel like you don't have options is not right either. I mean, you can't be living in a situation with somebody who, you know, feels like they're not being nice to you. They're not being fair to you. They keep stabbing at you. You know, when I say stabbing at you, I mean, it's like, you know, it doesn't matter what you say. They've got a derogatory response towards you. I mean, and it just starts to build up and build up and build up inside of you. So now you're churning. So you know you need to open up. And I think you need to open up because it's what you need in order to ground yourself back into a situation that hasn't been very good for you. All right, what sits above you here, Libra? Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. I sure do hope you open up. You know, maybe it's one of those things. If you don't feel like you can do this just you because, you know, of fear, I'm picking up a little bit of fear of how they're going to respond to you, that's all right. Maybe, you know, you can sit down with a friend, you know, and have your friend just be a neutral party, or, do you know what I'm saying? You know, but I feel like it's really important that you start to voice your real feelings towards this person. You know, I mean, you want to make things work. I think you have given an awful lot and the other person has just taken from you and left you playing. You know, it's like, it's a game to them. You know, you're really sincere in what it is that you are to them, this relationship that you have. But I feel like overall, it's like you keep giving to them and they take from you and then they go do what they want, you know, and then you're expected, all right? I really feel like you are expected to be okay with whatever it is. Give me money so I can go here. Give me this so I can go do this. You know, and I think you've given and given and given, but now you're to the point where you can't do that anymore. You can't keep giving. You have to, at some point, you know, find yourself, ground yourself, get control of your life again. Yeah. Because this has been such an unfortunate phase for you with this person, whoever it is that you're dealing with. I don't see any marriage cards, you know, so I don't know who it is, whether this is actually somebody who you're really married to. My feeling is that it's not. It's somebody who you're going out with, but not like committed. So, I mean, again, how long are you willing to go with this? You know, because this relationship has given you a lot of stress and anxiety, and it hasn't been good for you, has it? Whatever this one is. So it's time to open up, Libra, really. I mean, it's time for you to open up, find some balance, find yourself again, you know, find out, the Empress, when she comes out, I mean, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, she's got everything under control. I mean, you know, she rules her empire. And it's like, I feel like that's what you're looking at. You're looking at how you're going to get things back into balance as a result of, you know, all of this conflict you have been involved with this person, who I feel like has talked to you in circles. So I think you're looking at a new start. Definitely looking to have a brand new start. But right now, you're not ready to just open up right now. It's like you're in a watch and see mode. And maybe you're waiting for an opportunity that might feel right. Well, you know, let me tell you, there's never a right opportunity. And in my world, you know, just my personal experiences, it seems like when I least want to say something is when I end up saying it, you know. So if you have something on your heart that's really bothering you, and maybe this person comes back and says, hey, I need $100. Well, you don't have $100. You know, you're going to have to finally say, I don't have $100. And they're going to have to not have a hissy fit because you don't have $100. You know, it's just like, this is reality. It's like, I don't have $100. We need to pay rent. The bills are due. You know, I can't just give you $100 for you to go do whatever it is you want to do. You know, so I feel like there's a lot of tension between you and your person. You know, because you've held back, and they kept taking advantage of you and taking from you. And yeah, maybe there was some really great love between the two of you, but I don't see that now. What I see now is this real conflict of your emotions as to what you really want to do versus what you are doing. Make sense? All right. Yeah, you're not happy. I mean, you're not happy. So you got to find your happiness again. You have to find your happiness. You can't, you've got to focus. I think there's somebody else who would offer you some love. But right now, let's talk about this continuing story. Because you guys come out here as the king and queen. See, everybody's doing their own thing. This guy's focused on this, and this person's over here saying, I don't think it's going to work. So if you are the Libra, I think you see that it doesn't matter what you do, you know, you're not going to make this work. Meanwhile, this person over here, they're like, oh, look, well, I'm just going to keep focused. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to get what I want. You know, things are working for me. So there's a real imbalance between the two of you. Because one person, they're getting everything they want, and the other person is getting nothing. Oof. And out comes the King of Cups with that Magician again. So I think you need to manifest what it is you want. You know, you have the ability to live the life that you always wanted to live. I feel like you're a little trapped, and you want to break free. I mean, this is one of those things. You don't want to hear what you really need to do, but look how much hurt you've endured. So, like it or not, I think you're at that point, and it could come up with money, you know, when this person says, gimme, gimme. And that might be the beginning of the end here, you know, because you've got to be straight up front. You know, you can't keep giving and them not give anything back or contribute to the relationship or to the household or to the bills. I mean, you know, it's life is so much easier when two people are working together. So, out comes the Ace of Wands. This, to me, can tell me a number of things. That, you know, maybe you had a child with this person, so maybe that keeps you really trapped inside of it. But on the other hand, I see that you are being given an opportunity for a brand new life. Do you know? You are. You're probably real close. Like, you're on that edge. Like, you are about to shift your world so that you can be happy again. Because right now, I don't think you can keep continuing, you know, in this downward spiral that you're going with this person. Because you're miserable. I see you're miserable. So, again, you're looking at what you can do to balance things. Temperance card at the bottom of the deck here. So I think you're really patient. I think you hold out and you hold out and you hold out. But it's time for you to come into your place, okay? Don't talk yourself out of what you feel is right. Don't talk yourself out of your intuition. If everything inside of you is telling you what you need to do and you're not doing it, it'll get to you. And eventually, divine intervention will show up and do it for you. And usually by that point, it never goes very well. You know, it's better for you to just step up to the plate and own it. I mean, if something is not working, it is just not working. And you can't keep cycling around and cycling around, hoping that things will turn itself around. You know, because this person's already got their pattern down, right? They're fine. You're the one that's struggling. They're okay. So, I think you're at a point, you're at a crossroads here. And it's about you being happy. You know, it's like, this is a relationship that I feel like you were ready to walk away from because you see that there is no future. It's hopeless. This person is never going to change. They're never going to go get a job. They're never going to, and if they have a job, they're never going to give you half the rent. You know, it's one of these things. It's like there's no balance between the two of you. None. So it's left you very unstable. Really unstable. And then they come back and they offer you something else and you're like, well, that's okay. But I think this time you're seeing things a little differently. Maybe you can get away from them. You know, because this wish of having this person in your life, I feel like that's been popped. Maybe at one time they were like the ideal person for you. But right now, after being with them, you realize, wow, this isn't the person I thought it was. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. What else for our Libras before we look to another deck for advice? Nothing else coming through here. All right, let's get some advice for you. Yeah, I mean, you want to walk away, but you don't want to walk away. So this is your decision. You're at that point. You're conflicted about that. Do I walk away? Do I not walk away? Can I walk away? You know, questions. All right, so I see the Magician again. Yeah, I feel like this person, you know, they know everything you do. They keep a really close eye on you, watching everything you do. And they might get angry, you know, when they see that you're straying a little bit, because whenever somebody feels like they're losing control of someone or over someone, you know, you know, there's that little bit of anger that starts to stir up. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, here, bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups reversed. It's just like you just can't see it. You just can't see your life with somebody who has been leaving you so miserable. Ooh, you'd rather be alone. You would rather be alone. So I feel like you're looking at everything. I mean, you know, the wisdom of the Hermit. Okay, let's talk about the wisdom of the Hermit. The wisdom of the Hermit is that he shines light, you know, for you. To look at things, to look at your situation, to see the position you're in. So that might require you pulling back, going into your own little space for a little while. I think you're okay with that, you know, because you know that you'll probably be happier on your own, but you're really confused as to what to do. So I feel like the energy of this Hermit is saying, that's okay. Take the time to find your ground, to find what it is you really want to do so that you can make a decision clearly. Okay, you don't want to make a false decision. I mean, this is something that I think you've been wanting to come to an end, whether or not you verbalized it or not, but it has not come to an end yet. But now you're at that point of, if I keep going, you know, you're digging yourself a little deeper and deeper and deeper into this relationship, and it's going to be harder and harder to get away from. So I feel like they're very immature. I mean, this is somebody who acts like a child. So, you want a new beginning? You need to figure out what to do with this person who clearly doesn't have their shit together, okay? They just don't. I hate to say that, but I feel like they're very unstable. I think they're even older. I think they're an older person. I don't want to say older. You know, they might be in their 40s, maybe late 30s. I don't know. I'm picking up that kind of age bracket. So out comes the King of Wands. So I think it's time for you to look at this person, really look at this person and how they really are. It's like they're never going to grow up. They're never going to grow up. And I think you start looking at them with new eyes. And this will help gain your confidence. I mean, the King of Wands is a very confident, creative, charismatic individual. Maybe this person has those qualities. You know, and that's what drew you in the beginning. But now you need to turn those qualities onto yourself. You need to be the charismatic one. You need to be the one in control. You need to be the one that's got everything the way you want it. So I think you truly are looking at this person with new eyes, which is really great. Because then things can come to an end and you can start to feel whole again. You know? Yeah, and then you have an opportunity for fresh beginnings. I mean, some of you may actually really be in school because I do have the Page of Pentacles with this Hierophant. So, you know, this might drive you into a whole new direction. Because now you close the door on a situation. You got your balance back. I mean, remember, we started out with you all upside down here, right? But then you come out, once you close this cycle, feeling good about yourself again. And then you have that King of Wands energy, too. That is also, like, that's dynamic. I mean, it's really dynamic because that's pure confidence. That's you being back in who you are, you know, and not being all wishy-washy and just kind of going along. So that's what I have for you, Libra. I hope this resonated. If it did, terrific. And if it didn't, that's okay. Check my other readings. There'll be more. So thumbs up for me if you like the reading, and I'll see you at the next one. All right. Bye now.